Hi, I'm Karen Holton, ET and Angelic Experiencer, author, exopolitical ambassador, ascension coach, and content creator.
And I'm Joan Widen, clairvoyant medium, Reiki master teacher, energy healer, body, mind, and soul coach, and podcaster.
And this is the Unseen Nexus podcast.
Have you ever truly wondered what lies beyond the veil?
Or want to learn more about our transdimensional neighbors?
Join us as we unravel the mysteries of existence, from profound spiritual awakenings and ancient wisdom,
to interstellar visitors, cutting-edge discoveries, and the complex conspiracies that bind them all.
We're on a journey to uncover the truth about humanity's extraordinary place in the cosmos.
Get ready to challenge your perceptions and expand your understanding.
Your spiritual mashup has begun.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to season 2 of the Unseen Nexus podcast. And the subject today is the dark or shadow side of Valentine's Day. So I just want to start with a question. What does Valentine's Day mean to you? Extra love, flowers, and chocolates from loved ones, or a day of feeling left out, loneliness, and overindulgence? Today, Joan and I explore the dark origins of this traditional holiday and how it negatively affects quite a few of us. Join us as we probe our shared reality and become more aware of the effects of the construct in 2026. If you're curious about the future of humanity, the evolution of consciousness, and how technology might intersect with your spiritual journey, then tune into the Unseen Nexus as we explore ways to thrive in 2026. All of the links are featured below in the description. Check us out, subscribe to our channels, leave us your comments, like our videos, and please do share our content with your friends. And I'm happy to say you can now join my YouTube channel to take advantage of the perks and help to support my channel. So my co-host today is Joan Widen. Joan, welcome to the show. This is a very multifaceted subject we have today.
It definitely is. Valentine's Day is one of those, you either love it or you hate it, or it's just another day, right?
For sure. So I thought today, Joan, you and I, we were talking a little bit before we came on camera here. Let's talk about the beginnings of Valentine's Day, and the shadow goes way back. What did you learn in your research?
Well, I learned just like you, it was based on a Roman festival. I can't say this, you might have said it better than I can. The Lupercalia. The Lupercalia Festival is where it started roughly. It could even go further than that, but this is where my research started. And what I found on this festival, it was celebrating the coming of spring. It was celebrating fertility. Essentially it was celebrating abundance, the coming of abundance, if you will. Right? But with that, go ahead. You can tell the rest, which is quite
I'll just give a quick overview. Valentine's Day has dark, violent, and muddled origins, blending on the ancient Roman fertility festival of Lupercalia with the martyrdom of early Christian saints. Held in mid-February, Lupercalia involved animal sacrifices, whipping women with hides for fertility, and matchmaking, while Roman Emperor Claudius II excluded at least one saint named Valentine on February 14th. So yeah, so again, it's the blending like we see with Christmas and so many other holidays that we often take for granted. It was started in ancient pagan traditions, and then it was married to Christianity and by the Catholic Church. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Joan?
So yeah, with the there is a ton of violence in it. Also feels like it was more of this was their right. It was a rite of passage type of thing. It wasn't a hey, let's have fun. This was more
Mm-hmm.
of a let's go and procreate or let's have humanity grow kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that festival also was the pairing of women to men in a lottery type system. Now, we do know, even from, like history and even TV, if you will, that as as soon as a girl became a woman, which would mean having her cycle, she would be now either wed off or ready to bear children.
Mm-hmm.
Karen? So,
And it says to Google, that they did a lottery. So you didn't have a choice who you got paired up with. But in a way, it makes sense because if you conceived in mid-February, you'd be
mhm,
giving birth around September, October before it got to be heavy winter, which sort of makes sense. So there'd be a lot of that business going on for sure. I'm not so crazy about the sacrificing of the goats and the dogs, but in some communities, sacrificing dogs is a regular thing, and of course, goats. Um, and then in the early church, it says the Roman Emperor Claudius II executed at least two men named Valentine on February 14th in different years during the 3rd century. And one was a priest who secretly married couples to keep men out of war. So it sounds like he was a
yeah,
good guy. And
yeah.
another was a bishop who was tortured for aiding Christians. So that is when they switched the name over and called it Valentine's Day. So we think it's all about flowers and chocolates and romance and love. Well, didn't exactly start out that way.
No, and this just came to me, so I'm going to say it because I think it's kind of funny. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if we will, in Alberta, Valentine's Day is kind of Stampede Week because Stampede Week ends up becoming this huge fertility thing. And even the nurses and the hospitals, the doctors will tell you there is always a baby boom in Calgary, in and around Calgary in April. And that is exactly 10 months or 9 months from Stampede, usually. And it's that
Interesting.
week. So it just came to
For
me and I thought, oh, I gotta say that because that's. And
well,
if
it's a
you
good.
will, it's kind of a lottery system of who you get.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to tell people who are from outside of Alberta who might not know what Stampede is or Stampede
Okay,
Week? Do you want to tell everybody?
absolutely. So the Calgary Stampede is considered the greatest outdoor show in in the world. Is that right? I don't know.
It's a
I
pretty
think
big it's a
it is,
big
right?
deal. It's a big deal. People
I think
fly in
it is. So
all over the world.
that's right. And it's a massive rodeo and they fly like people fly in, they get their horses, they get every like and lots of money is made during this time. And during this time there is also um a exhibition, like a fair. So there's lots of rides, there's different shows, there's all these different things and it is one of those crazy, crazy things. Hello, Helena. Right? Like where where people just go and they party and they have fun. There has even been sightings of like Dolly Parton has been here. Burt Reynolds has been here. Who was the what's his name? Kevin Costner was just the what's the guy that they, anyways, he was in the parade. You name it. They all come down here, they go and have fun. And a lot of people say, well, no, it's business gets done during this week, but there's a lot of drinking that happens during this time, and a lot of promiscuity happens during this time as well. And it's kind of like what stays in Vegas, but it's what stays at the Stampede is there, right? Yeah, and
And the Stampede. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Oh, and I had a friend who used to say it ain't cheating, it's stampeding.
Oh, well, I'm not part of that culture. I didn't even know that, but I do know. I took my kids to the Stampede one year, long time ago when they were younger. And so it was stuff like riding bulls and chuck wagon races and all the cowboy stuff. And everybody's all dressed up like cowboys. And last year, after I was around, I guess the Stampede had just ended, and I happened to be flying out west. And everybody in the airport had a cowboy hat on. And yeah, it's very, very they say Alberta is like the Texas of Canada, and I would agree. We also have cultures here like the Hutterites who dress the way they dressed in the 1800s. So I was surprised when I moved here that there's specialty stores you can go into and buy all your cowboy gear, your cowboy hats and your crinolines and all that stuff. So it's definitely part of the culture here. Yeah. Do you take your kids, Joan?
We typically go. We go once, at least once during the week, because the kids still really like it and they have fun. And my husband will go take some clients sometimes, like to go to see the rodeo, because the rodeo is quite a sight, because you're seeing world class, athletes, I guess, do you want to call them, right? Like, I don't know if you call them like, but they're pros, right? So they are amazing, and it's incredible to watch. And honestly, I know like the Stampede gets a lot of flack for the animals, but I'm going to tell you, they really take care of them behind the scenes. Those animals have the cleanest stalls. They're always being washed. They're being brushed. They're being combed. They're being showered. They're being like, it is amazing. And the Budweiser horses that you see, the Clydesdales, they're here too. Yeah. And they're huge. They are massive. I'm short, right? I'm just under 5 feet tall. And I don't know if my head touches their belly, their underbelly.
Yeah. Yeah. That is absolutely how big they are, for sure. And, I would consider it, an athletic event, because what those cowboys go through, how can they have contests to see who can stay on a bull the longest, and they get whipped around so viciously. So I remember I was watching, I guess, Yellowstone, the series on Netflix, and it really showed how their bodies take incredible stresses doing that. But anyway, let's get back to Valentine's Day. I also wanted to quickly say hello to Phoenix. Phoenix was on the Aliens and Angels podcast with me on Sunday. So those of you who want to get to know her better, go back and check out the video just from the day before yesterday. And I also wanted to say hi to Helena. And well, this is cute. Look what she put on here. A little alien, a little happy face cowboy. Yeah, that's
Cowboys and Aliens
for today. Yeah, it's really cute.
Isn't that a movie? Cowboys and Aliens?
There was. I think I saw it years ago, but that was back when I was smoking a lot of weed, and I don't remember. It really affected my memory. So I go back and watch these shows now, and I go, it's just like seeing them for the first time. So I'll have to look that up. Yeah.
But anyways, the why I brought up Stampede was because it's kind of like the lottery system of who you get and who you procreate with. And it is, if you're in that, because there's a lot of drinking and partying and bar hopping, is kind of like that same kind of festival. But, you know, yeah, Texas North.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. So the other part of this, so besides, the interesting history of Valentine's Day, then in 1929, they had a big, I better just read it from my phone, I think, because otherwise I'll get it wrong. What happened with the mobsters? Oh, joy of joy. I don't have it here. Okay, well, I'll just fake it till I make it. So in 1929, there were some mobsters that were meeting at a certain place, and some other mobsters wanted to basically eliminate the competition. And so they went in disguised as police officers, and they just murdered everybody that was in this restaurant. So there's another thing. It's called the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, if anyone wants to do further research on that. And then I have some things to say about the modern day, but I wonder, Joan, did you want to add anything to the
massacre? Okay, so with that one, I'm just going to say is because I'm sure it happened that day because they all knew everyone would celebrate that and everyone would be in that one restaurant, and they could make it double time because their loved ones would be there, so it would sting even that much harder, right?
Yes.
So yes. And then yes, it comes to the now times where we feel socially pressured to be perfect, right? Get the perfect gift or buy elaborate stuff. How about
you? A lot of wives are mad at their husbands on Valentine's Day because they didn't get it right. And the guys are going, but I did this, I did that. And there is a lot of domestic anxiety, let's just call it. But I also noticed that there seems to be something that gets us to consume a lot of junk and sugar. And you can, I don't expect anyone to be perfect out there. I'm not perfect, but at the same time, it's well recognized that sugar, a lot of sugar and chemicals and stuff will suppress your immune system, which you need in the wintertime to stay well. So it seems to start with, okay, there's feasting at Thanksgiving. That's September for us, November in the States. But then there's Halloween, and the kids are out there getting their bags and bags of candy. And then there is Christmas time. And most people just eat junk the whole month. It can be a very stressful time for people. But then we come through that and we just, everyone feels terrible in January. And so February is again more junk. And the chocolate they sell is not even real chocolate. It's sugar and chemicals and plastics and crap. And so again, people are feeding their emotions instead of dealing with them. So there's another aspect. So I get so mad because 2 weeks before Christmas they got the Valentine stuff out, right? 2 weeks before Halloween they got all the chocolate and junk for Christmas time. And a lot of this stuff is made in other countries where they don't
forget Easter.
Oh, Easter. There you go. After Valentine's Day is Easter. There you go. And it's happening again. And people are sick all through the winter. And they don't look well, they don't feel well. When we don't feel well, it's harder to maintain positive mood and deal with all the stresses of life. I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
Well, there's the dark side of there's the commercial dark side of Valentine's Day, right? So everyone's worried about carbon footprint and what we're doing and reducing, right? Reduce, reuse kind of thing, right? It's one of those things where if we think about it, so in North America, in Alberta, where we are, well, actually in all of Canada, really, are flowers readily available? They are not. They get shipped in from Africa and I think South America.
South America, yeah.
Right? From Chile? No, I can't remember. But, and then, so then you have to think of the carbon footprint of shipping of those to bring them here and then having them all ready to be sold, which is again put in cellophane, which again flowers like last week were like $20 for a dozen, which are now $150, $200 for the same dozen, right? So the commercialism of it is so crazy, skyrocketing, making your loved ones like jump through hoops, try to do all these things, and it really is an expensive day, right? When you should be, everyone should be celebrating love all the time, right? And then on the chocolate side, we all know that chocolate is usually sourced from third world countries. And in third world
by child
countries,
slavery.
That's right, right? And it's not fair trade. So if you're looking for chocolate these days, try to buy the stuff that is fair trade. Now I know it's tough right now because the economy is really rough and everything is really, really expensive. So, do I buy this one that's like $5 or do I buy this one that's $20 because now it's ethically sourced, right?
Same with the flowers. A lot of the flowers
Right.
are part of the human slave trade. That's who's growing them. They're
And they're cutting them.
artificially perfumed and colored by chemicals. Like a lot of the chocolates and candies come out of China where they don't have the same regulations, all kinds of fake food coming out of there. I know this is not a very rosy portrayal of Valentine's Day, but at least you guys should know, if you don't
gotta
know
see it.
already, what it's part of this whole system that's, I think, going to come down all around us very soon. But I guess that's probably another subject. But those are really good points, Joan. Yeah, a lot of the chocolate comes from plantations, and they force children to get the chocolate nuts.
Pennies.
Yeah. Some of them don't get paid at all, and they're expected to do that, and they have to put in 2 or 3 years, and then sometimes they let them go. But it's horrible.
It's terrible, right? And
yeah.
And if we're thinking about what the tradition of it was used to be for back then, so for fertility, for abundance, right? For spring, a lot of around the world nowadays are actually are in crisis because a lot of, so Furiously mentioned Japan here, right? And I'm going to say that Japan's population is in danger because they are not procreating.
Yep.
Right? And I don't know, it like there's not enough women or there's no one, like, because they're working and they're like living the dream and they just don't have time for that. Or again, I don't know. I don't know why Japan's is, right? But then there's India is getting in that too. Like China, yes, because they would, unalive female babies for the longest time. So now their male population is skyrocketed and there's not enough females for their males, right? And so there's so many things, and it's crazy to believe that they thought, well, no, it was because we were doing this for the future, but now the future's here. And they've kind of, but this is what you do when you mess with Mother Nature. Mother Nature knows what she's doing. And now everyone's in a crisis, going, how is this possible? Anyways, so if we're thinking of the spring and all of this, maybe people need to come back down and remember their actual roots of, hey, we're here to procreate. Right?
Yeah, and unlike the days of the Romans, I'm not highly in favor of whipping women with bloody hides like they did back then. But at the same time, you can see that the pagan origins do sort of continue down today. So I don't want to get in too much to another topic, but those of you who have seen the 3 million plus files that were recently erased, it seems to be there's a lot of really horrible behavior that people have somehow come to need to do that kind of stuff. And I don't even know why. It's just too gross. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired of watching videos about it and reading about it. It's just too horrific. But anyway, I actually, sorry, go ahead, Joan.
No, I was just going to say it, but sacrificing and those rituals have been here since like the dawn of time, right? Like it's in the Bible. They got in trouble for it, but people still continue to do that. And if you think about it, we do that like at Easter and Thanksgiving and at Christmas. We all have a turkey usually or a ham, right? And although it's not the same kind of sacrificing, it kind of is because, there are millions of animals that are raised just for those occasions as well.
Yes. Excellent point. Excellent point.
Right?
So we've talked a lot about all the horrible stuff to do with Valentine's Day. Let's move on to expectations. So, when I was younger, I would always expect to be surprised by my family or friends or beau or whoever, with flowers and chocolates and stuff. I was always disappointed because it never happened. Of course, when I was younger, between the ages of 21 and, well, for 17 years, I was a Jehovah's Witness. We didn't celebrate Valentine's Day. But then when we started celebrating the holidays again after myself and my kids left, I was always excited. Valentine's Day's coming. And then on Valentine's, it was always kind of a letdown. And of course, I would, maybe my kids would buy me some chocolates and stuff. They were very sweet. They'd make stuff for me at school, which I probably still have in boxes stored someplace. But it always gave me a kind of a letdown feeling. I can't explain it. Maybe I just expected too much. I don't know.
I always looked forward to, because I went to Catholic school, right? And so we always did the Catholic, we gave each other's Valentines, right? And they would sell things that, your secret Valentine could send you something and you wouldn't know. And although it was great, but at the same time, I was one of those, if I got something and someone else didn't get something, I would feel terrible, which, again, the expectations of it was like, why couldn't everyone get something, right? Why is, and then that's where you really see where people really get excluded, which again goes to another part of Valentine's Day is the devastation and the loneliness and the reiteration, if you will, and that stamp that people put on themselves, like, I'm a loser, no one wants me, I'm unloved, right? Which is not the case, but when you're seeing everyone doing everything and doing all these things, that's, when you got the monkeys going off in your brain and you have one of those moments, it can get to you, right? And then it's the
Especially if we
psychological like,
normal.
no,
Sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go
No,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I interrupted you. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I just said that was just it was like this psychological, it's almost like a warfare,
Mm.
right?
It really is. So what it was for me is my expectation, especially because I had been out of the loop for so long being a Jehovah Witness and then coming back to society after that. I was always expecting, actually, for every holiday, expecting too much, really, and not being realistic at all. And I always would feel let down. Um, Now I don't feel let down because I don't have my expectations up there anymore. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. For me, Valentine's Day this year is probably, because we've had some beautiful weather, it's probably going to be a nice walk, outside and in the sun, and just showing appreciation for, oh, thank God we're nearly finished with winter. It gets very cold here for snowy normally. Joan, have you ever seen weather this warm in Alberta before for this long?
I have. It was when I was really little, though. Like, it's been a
Mm-hmm.
long time. Um, it's gorgeous out. Um, what is it today? It's probably going to be closer to 15 degrees because like the other day, it was 15 degrees. Okay, we're talking Celsius, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for everyone that's in America, we're talking Celsius. I still have quite a bit of snow in our yard, but it's going really quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really, really
Mm-hmm.
quick.
Sure is. I've never seen it with this little amount of snow. Of course, I've only been here. This is my 8th year in Alberta, but still, it's been beautiful, and it's projected to be beautiful for a full week ahead yet. And
Right?
yeah, I tried to go out for a few walks, but it was so slippery. I thought, no, I'm not going to take the
That's
chance.
the only thing is when it's like this, it's
Yeah,
actually more dangerous to go for a
yeah,
walk, unless it's really clear because the ice it's black ice, so you can't really see it. The
yeah.
best way to get a walk in is to go for a walk around the mall, like, and do actual laps
Oh,
to
that's a good
do it.
idea.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then, get the sun in while you're walking to your car.
While you're walking to your car. Actually, you know what I did, because I don't get enough exercise in the wintertime. So I finally saw some videos on how to use a rebounder. I have a rebounder. I didn't use it though. I was afraid of
Nice.
falling. But then I realized there's ways of using the rebounder where you're not bouncing all over. You don't have to worry about
You, you just
falling.
you
So
just
I
bounce a
started
little bit. Yeah.
yeah, so I started doing just 10 minutes in the morning every morning, and I'm sure feeling a lot better from that. But yesterday, for the first time this year, I dragged my lawn chair out on my deck because almost all the snow was gone, and I lied in the sun. It was chilly, but it was just paradise to go out and lie in the sun a little bit.
Right? Yeah, like, so that's the key with a rebounder is to
Yeah.
actually just, like, kind of just bounce, not jump. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not like a
Mm-hmm.
trampoline where you're supposed to jump.
Mm-mm.
You're supposed to just bounce, and actually 10 minutes is like a full hour on the
Well, it
trampoline.
sure gets things moving. I missed Hillbilly Herb's
Oh, I missed it.
comment he said Valentine's is a tough one. My dad's funeral was on Valentine's 22 years ago. It sort of forever changed the day. Celebrate love every day, I say. A very, very good
Yes.
point. I'm really sorry you lost your father. I lost my mother on Halloween night, which sort of wrecks it for me. Every Halloween, I can't get too festive. I don't know. I know this is going to sound really weird, but I make a cup of tea for me and a cup of tea for my mom, and I sit and
Aw.
have tea with my mom, even though she's dead. I know she can see me, and I'm sure she appreciates the gesture.
But you know
So
what?
that's what I do with my mom.
You know what though, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
So North America, we celebrate Halloween, right? But
Mm-hmm.
but I should say Mexico, like they celebrate. So the Spanish celebrate the Day of the Dead, which is the
Yes,
next
yes,
day.
I love it. Yeah.
And so, excuse me. And so the veil is so thin that they probably are there with you, sipping with you. Do you know what I mean? And I agree with Hillbilly Herb. Like, you got to love and celebrate love every day because you never know when that's going to end or when it's
Mm-hmm.
done, right? And for me, Halloween is different for me also, Karen, because, and I don't know if you know this, and not very many people, I don't know if you're on my personal page, but I've said it a couple times, but my uncle was actually murdered on that
Ooh,
night. And
ooh.
so, like,
Sorry to
they
hear that.
say it's okay. Like, it's interesting. He got messed up into like a certain culture, and um, I feel like he was led astray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they say that they think he passed away later, but all communications stopped after midnight that night, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting, weird in thing, right? So now it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, yeah, weird things happen, right? All the ghouls and the goblins. I know that's crazy, but yes,
But I
absolutely.
agree. I agree. It's our culture. All of this, Valentine's Day, everything, it's our culture. And it seems to have set things up against us, not for us. So, like you mentioned, in South America or even Mexico, they celebrate the Day of the Dead. They honor their ancestors.
Right.
Fearlessly says in Japan, they do the same thing.
Yeah.
But in Canada, we have the weirdest rituals around death and mourning. I found it so surreal. Both my parents have passed on, and at their memorials, people would come up to me and say, "Oh, condolences, condolences." I knew they didn't even know what the word meant. Like it's they say what they're supposed to say, not what's from their heart, right?
Yep.
And it was just so surreal. I couldn't believe it. And then I found, we all grieve in our own way. Me, I grieve over time as much as I can handle, and then don't grieve for a while and then grieve a little bit more. And I tend to go, baby steps in my grieving to get it all out, so I'm not a hot mess all over the place. But it seems in our society, people expect you to get over it in like 2 weeks or a week. What do you mean? It's been 2 weeks. Get over yourself. And
It's like,
until you've lost a parent or a child, even if it's a completely natural
yeah,
way of happening, it's
it's,
hard. I
yes.
was really shocked how hard it was, especially my mom. I kept wanting to pick up the phone and phone her, but I knew she would not be able to pick up. So it was very strange. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to get too
No, that's
morbid,
okay.
but
But again, that's the point of celebrating love every day and showing kindness to people every day. And that's that's the one thing. If I go out, I'll hold the door and I'll tell my children, make sure you hold the door for the person behind you and you say hello. If they look at you, say hello, because that act of kindness, you never know. They may have not talked to anyone since, like, and just the cashier asking them for their money. But otherwise, that's it, right? So someone actually saying hello or hi or smiling at them can make a huge difference in someone's life. So it's about, so be someone's Valentine, but in all different ways, not just in this way on one day, right? Because you just never know. You never know.
It's true.
Right?
And another reason to be kind, to family members and those closest to us too, because you never know. You never know when they're going to be gone, and then it's too late, and it's a bit of a shock, when it happens. When I say too late, I have to tell you, my spiritual beliefs have changed quite a bit in the last few years, and I actually don't believe that death is the end. I really don't believe that death is the end. I believe there's resurrection for all of us into another world. I don't know, probably new earth. I don't know. The other thing, too, is even people who've done terrible things in this world, often we don't understand what was behind that. We really don't know. But I think on the other side, we do get an understanding, and we do get a much heightened sense of awareness. And, I used to be mad at my mom for all kinds of things. And then one day, it's a while after she died, but then one day I realized that there was nothing to forgive. If I truly understood my mom's motives, the way she was raised, her genetics, everything, it made it easier to be more forgiving and more loving. So it's another thing we can do for each other. So, I mean, I'm not saying y'all shouldn't go out and buy the chocolates and the flowers, like whatever makes you happy, do it. I think it's quite lovely. But I guess be aware of self-care even during these holiday celebrations, I guess is what I'm saying.
That's right. Or, hey, if you are doing something and it's Valentine's Day isn't something that's really that, romantic for you, or it's just a day that you guys celebrate as a family collective kind of thing, why don't you invite someone over and do like a friend's Valentine's Day or something where where someone doesn't have someone, where then they feel like they're part of someone and people still remember them, right? So
yeah, absolutely. So, Joan, what are you going to do for Valentine's Day? Do you have a plan? Is your husband going to take you out for dinner?
I have no idea. Like, so that's this Saturday, correct?
Yeah, Saturday coming up.
So we have baseball, and then I'm not sure. And if I'm feeling better, I just had this cold and stuff. So my husband's really good at surprising me with stuff all the time. So I'm kind of spoiled.
He sounds like a real sweetheart.
He is. He's the best. And so, I just kind of, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
I
do. We buy each other cards, so we show our love there. But we don't necessarily go out all the time. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if we did that last year or not. I know sometimes he buys me more expensive chocolates that I like.
That's nice.
Which is like Bernard Calvo, right? Have you had those, Karen?
No, actually, I haven't eaten any chocolates or candy or processed food or sweeteners for so many years. I can't even remember the last time. More than 10 years. I know I'm a monk. I may as well be a monk. Seriously. It's just that my system can't handle it. I get sweeteners give me anxiety attacks. It just, my heart starts going boom, boom, boom. It's too it's too quick and easy fuel for my body. My body runs really well on animal fats, olive oil,
Nice.
coconut oil. That is what my body prefers for fuel. And it took me years and years to figure it out, and I finally figured it out. So that's why I'm not a saint. Trust me, I am definitely not a saint. I might just catch up on a few.
Yeah, no problem. Like, so when my kids were in school, I'm trying to see if I have one here in my office. I used to actually crochet these little hearts,
Mm-hmm.
and I give them to all of their um, classmates, and so it would be a face cloth, a washcloth for their face, because it was just
Mm-hmm.
little. It was like this big, right? So, and then you could use it, or you could use it for the kitchen if you'd want. But it was something cotton, and it was reusable, and it wasn't just paper that you
Mm-hmm.
threw out, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
was trying to be more mindful, although it was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of hours because I would make like 52 or 60 of them at a
Oh my
time.
gosh. You must be a super mom. Oh my gosh. Well, good for you. I hope your kids really appreciate you, because that's awesome.
Well, at first I thought, "Oh, are these kids throwing them out or whatever?" But then I went to someone's house
Mm-hmm.
that were, and they actually had a couple of them in their bathroom. So I was like, oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love homemade cards and homemade gifts. My son-in-law always spends a lot of time creating these beautiful cards for my daughter for
nice.
Valentine's Day and her birthday, and he's quite a romantic guy. He's they are kind of an we are definitely an unconventional family, but my daughter's husband is the dragon master for the Dungeons and Dragons group, and they both collect all the figurines, and everything in their house is superheroes, and the kids all have superhero costumes. And yeah, it's really really cool to see.
That'll
Really
be
cool to see.
fun.
My son Devin, Devin, he's
Yeah,
more into gaming and video games, and by the way, his channel's doing really really good. I'm so proud of him.
that's awesome. That is so awesome. But yeah, like,
um,
so he's the dungeon master, hey? So that means
yeah,
he does all the plays.
he does it all. He does it all, and he's
Wow.
very good at it. And he's so patient. I love him so much. He's the best son-in-law in the world. I'd like to play a game with him called Magic the Gathering, which is like Dungeons Dragons, but it's cards.
Yeah.
And yeah, and he's very patient, because I always can't, I don't know, we're doing battle and I'm not sure which card to play, or how to overcome his bad guys that are overpowering me or whatever. But I actually don't really have anyone here to play with Magic the Gathering, so I do, every time I go see them, I take my cards and John and I play Magic the Gathering. So it's very cool. No, he's
Oh,
very
wow.
kind. He's a really, really sweet guy. He's always been into games, board games, everything. He's super good at it. He's so smart. Oh my God.
Well, you have to
You
be
know,
patient for that too,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that's how you win.
yeah. I want to say a quick shout out to Lee. Hi, Lee. Nice to see you. Uh, yeah. And just I probably missed a few comments
Oh,
here, but I'll catch up. So we're getting close to the end of the show.
yes.
Joan, do you want to tell everybody where they can reach you, what you're up to? And
Yes.
of course, if you have more to say, please, please
No,
don't.
I'm just trying to think of, was there anything else about Valentine's Day? I'm just gonna say for Valentine's Day, honestly, just have fun. Enjoy your night. And you know what? If you don't have a significant other, you know what? This day is for you to pamper you. So have that long, luxurious bath or
Mhm.
go buy something for you. Why does someone else need to buy it for you? They don't. You can buy it for you. And it doesn't have to be on that day, right? So you don't have to worry about the consumer or the commercialism for that.
Mhm.
Just treat yourself. and have a good day for, saying I love you. I love, because you love yourself, and give yourself that treat, especially if you've been working really hard. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You love yourself the most. You should anyways. All right, so where you can find me is on my website, again, www.joanwiden.com. You can find me on Instagram at Journey with Joan Widen, and on here on YouTube, what's it? Joan Widen at Claire. Or no, see, I'm not good at this. It's on my name. It's on here. It's at
Here, let me remove that.
Joan
There we
Widen.
go.
There you go.
There we go. Sorry about that.
I can't remember. But, so I'm there. I'm hoping to go and do a read tonight on a different channel, where I am going to read excerpts of the Bible. So that is coming up soon. Now that I know where baseball is sitting and I pretty much got the schedule, now I can start. And since it's spring, Groundhog said it's spring, Karen. We are going to go. And yeah, so Journey with Joan is going to start up here really quick. And it's time for me to get back out instead of hibernating for a little bit that I have been doing. So yes, come find me, come look for me. I'll be here. Take it away, Karen, your turn.
I'm sure everybody would appreciate you very, very much. So for those of you who are listening or watching this from Joan's channel, I have the Aliens and Angels podcast every Sunday at noon Mountain Time. And I have the Quantum Guide show every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And then every 2 weeks, Joan and I meet up and talk about all kinds of amazing things. And you can find me on most platforms at Karen Holton TV, whether it's X or whether it's Rumble or whatever. And as part of the Forbidden Knowledge Network, I'm also on all the audio podcasts under the Quantum Guide Show with Karen Holton. And so that's about it for me. I'm having Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot on tomorrow. Those of you who are fans of them, they are a they, not a he. These people have had some, we're going to go over some of their amazing experiences with Bigfoot. So tomorrow I'm going to show little video clips of some of their findings, offerings. They've given gifts to Bigfoot and Bigfoot's given gifts to them. So that should be really, really interesting too.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow, that's awesome. I honestly, I really do believe in Sasquatch. I call Bigfoot Sasquatch.
Me too. They're just very good at hiding, and I am so glad because I can't even imagine what would happen to them if they did come out.
They're elusive, and they're supposed to be, right? It's kind of like mountain lions. You're not supposed to see them, and if you do see them, you better be like in a car or something, because you're not going to be living very long. To say you saw one, you know what I mean? Like, or they're sick. They really are that elusive. Some of the calls that are out there, you don't know if that's them or not. It could be just like, again, I'm going to keep going back to the mountain lion, because they sound like birds sometimes, and they're talking to each other saying, hey, there's food here and here, and they're not paying attention. But yes, no, Sasquatch, amazing. I think they are totally real, and why wouldn't they be?
Exactly. Why wouldn't they be? I want to thank Phoenix for moderating today. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody who came to the live chat. I really, really appreciate you being here. Love your comments. You had so much for us to think about. And I guess that's about it for the show today.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, so I'm just going to put this up. Thanks everyone for joining us today. Please make sure to like and share on the way out. Yes, please.
Yes,
and
please.
If you want to go over, if you're watching this on my channel, go over to Joan's channel, give her a like and a sub as well. That would be really awesome.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for today, and we'll say bye-bye and much love to everybody and much love for Valentine's Day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Oop.